We're going to have a community meeting in 15 minutes where Mergens is going to describe the pitfalls of using your home as a trash can.
Commencer avec respect que nous gagnons dans le quartier. Ça c'est la cour propre. Bagaille, vous comprenez? Bon Dieu livre les bas ça. Bon Dieu, bon Dieu, bon Dieu. C'est ça seulement on dit. Il pas connaît qui ça il connaît qui ça a besoin. OK, merci en pile. Merci beaucoup. Bon, merci.
Just a quick overview of what took place. This meeting kind of just kicked off of like out of nowhere, right? So we were talking about these people that had started building their own toilet. They're like, hey, we got to take care of ourselves. We can't just keep going to the bathroom up in the woods. So from that, I'm standing there looking at a trash pile, saying, come on, guys, how do you put your head down to rest in this spot? They're like, hey, why are you telling us, man? I'm the one that dug the pit. I'm the one that started the toilet. How come you're busting my chops? It's like, well, you tell me who's throwing the stuff on the ground and I'll bust their chops. We're like, okay, we're gonna hold a community meeting. And she's like, one person can't start a strike. And I said, you don't think I could start a strike? She goes, you might be able to, but my feet are too dirty, my face is too ugly, I won't be able to do it. And I said, your face is just fine. So I started out in this meeting thinking, I'm so mad. I wish these guys would just pay attention to the gifts they've been given. There's so much here, Let's do this together. So I said, let's have a meeting. I want everyone here. So we called together this meeting for the people that live in the area. There's a couple of leaders that are, doing some head shaking, some ideas, and then someone kind of came up with a negative comment, and then one of the leaders said, hey man, you need to change that attitude. He said, we'll never make it if you keep that attitude. So, it turned out perfectly. It just said, look, you guys, when I come here, if I bring my kids, I expect you to treat them real nice. I want you to honor them and respect them. And I said, I don't know that I can do that right now. I said, but I'd like to be able to trust you guys. And I said, okay, hey, will you hold on to my phone? Hey, I need you to go put this phone on the charger for me. I want to be able to know that you're going to do that. And that same kind of contract is what you guys need to have with one another. Well, we don't do contracts like that. We don't trust each other. I said, that's part of the problem. You guys, you have to become that way. I said, you have to get to the point where you can say, I know him so well that I can give him my phone and he's going to do what he says he's going to do with it. So that's where we need to be. And how do we start doing that? We need to start giving each other a little bit of our own trust. Say, look, I know that this lady hasn't had food to eat. So let me start out by giving her some of what I have. I'm going to start serving. And when I serve the other people, then they're going to start to feel that same love swell up for me, and then I want to be able to put it together for my community. So I'm going to trust them, they're going to trust me, and then we're going to start working together and build on it. So once they know that they can rely on somebody, then, because this is the way they've been treated, right? They go to work, and then they come back and their kids are gone. Well, where did they go? Well, I think they went to Haiti. I don't know. Someone was here with a car. They picked up some kids, right? How does it, so now instead of, someone having to say, I have to stay here and watch over my belongings all the time, they can say, I've got George, and George is capable. I know that if I go to work today, George can go to work tomorrow. He'll watch my kids, then I'll watch his. And then that's trust, and that's starting to build the trust. So when they have that, now they're starting to get more. They're starting to get more work, right? They can have opportunities to earn money. So now they're bringing in money more, and they can start using that money to put back into their community for paying for school or paying for their clothing, and start building that stuff. But when they have the money, then they also, when they get propositioned to sell their own kids, that's another opportunity for them to avoid trafficking as well. So it builds the community from the very inside. It's changing the human heart, and then the human heart stands up for principle, and those principles say, hey, we don't treat people like that, and then they step away from it. And so there's a potential that one of these people that we're talking to today has trafficked children before, right? They probably could, and if I go and ask them, they may not ever admit it, right? They never say that's exactly what they're doing. They may not know that that's what they are doing. They may not know when they sell their neighbor's kids that they're actually trafficking kids, but they think that they're doing it for their neighbor because their neighbor can't feed their kids, right? So it just changes the whole scope. It just changes everyone's view. The meeting was absolutely wonderful. We only need to do it, I don't know, maybe 5,000 or 6,000 more times, but it was good.